If you filled up your tank recently, you likely participated in a quiet, nationwide energy transition. Standard E10 petrol is being replaced at the pumps by a new blend known as E20. That tiny sticker on the dispenser has massive implications for the millions of pre-2023 cars and two-wheelers currently dominating the roads. None of these legacy machines were engineered to run on this specific fuel. This oversight is causing genuine panic among drivers. Automakers like Ford India have sent direct warnings to owners of older models, like the EcoSport, stating that using E20 could damage their emission systems and potentially invalidate their remaining warranties. Meanwhile, government ministries maintain a firm stance that the E20 rollout is scientifically validated, safe for public use, and crucial for the country's economic security. The gap between official assurances and manufacturer warnings isn't about a sudden mechanical defect. It comes down to a core incompatibility in the chemistry flowing through these older engines. E20 is simply a mixture of 80% conventional petrol and 20% ethanol. On paper, it offers clear performance benefits. Ethanol burns cleaner and boasts a naturally high octane rating that modern engines love. But ethanol has a chemical flaw. It is highly hygroscopic, meaning it acts like a microscopic sponge, actively pulling moisture out of the surrounding air. Every day, as temperatures rise and fall, standard fuel tanks vent and draw in humid air. Condensation forms along the inside metal walls of the tank, and those water droplets drip directly into the fuel. Older E10 fuel had enough tolerance to safely absorb trace amounts of this moisture and burn it off in the combustion chamber. Because E20 contains double the ethanol, it hits a dangerous water saturation limit much faster when a vehicle sits idle. Leaving a legacy car or motorcycle parked for a few weeks turns its fuel tank from a passive storage container into a highly volatile chemical reactor. This chart shows the exact water content thresholds where different ethanol blends fail as temperatures drop. The moment E20 crosses its specific saturation limit, a catastrophic reaction called phase separation occurs. At the molecular level, the ethanol completely breaks its weak bonds with the petrol hydrocarbons, choosing instead to bind entirely with the invading water molecules. Because water and alcohol are heavier than petrol, this new, dense mixture drops out of suspension and physically sinks, creating a thick layer of corrosive sludge pooling at the bottom. This exposes a critical vulnerability in legacy engine design. The fuel pickup line rests exactly at the lowest point of the tank. When you turn the key, the engine drinks that dense, highly acidic water-ethanol mix first. This conductive fluid immediately pits injector nozzles and aggressively rests internal metal components. It also rots the soft parts. The high concentration of alcohol swells and cracks the legacy nitrile rubber hoses and seals that were never meant to handle it. And the problems continue even after that sludge is cleared. The remaining petrol floating at the top of the tank has now been stripped of the ethanol that provided its high octane rating. Burning this degraded substandard fuel causes severe engine knocking, noticeable power loss, and a sharp drop in overall mileage. Phase separation destroys older engines from the inside out, force-feeding them a corrosive acid bath, followed immediately by unstable, low-grade fuel. Modern vehicles, those built after April 2023, are largely immune to this destruction. Manufacturers upgraded them with fluoroelastomer fuel lines, stainless steel tanks, and recalibrated computer tuning specifically designed to process E20. This new fuel standard is a permanent shift. By substituting 20% of petrol with domestically produced ethanol, the country is saving billions of dollars annually by slashing crude oil imports. It also provides an undeniable environmental upside. This scale of ethanol blending drastically cuts tailpipe emissions, helping clear the heavy smog choking major urban highways. However, the financial burden of this national transition, the maintenance risks, the component failures, and the voided warranties, has been quietly shifted onto the owners of legacy vehicles. To protect older engines, daily habits have to change. E20 is not designed for long-term storage. You cannot let it sit idle in a fuel tank for more than 30 days. If a vehicle is used infrequently, owners must start using specialized fuel additives. These chemical stabilizers prevent moisture buildup, keep the ethanol mixed with the petrol, and coat vulnerable legacy components. The road to a greener, more secure energy future is necessary, but surviving the drive requires understanding and managing the invisible chemistry inside the machines of the past.